there's some things rolling in my brain that I'm not. Yeah, it won't be the speech. It really won't. I mean, that kind of sets the tone, but it'll be the execution. And really, those guys believe in each other when they go out there in the huddle. You know, no coach will be on the field for them anymore. No one can tell them how to line up. They got to play. You know, and I'll give them some words of encouragement like I always do. And as I said, I believe 2 days ago, I've always said this when I address the team before they walk out the door: have fun. Put a smile on your face. It's football. Just go have fun, and everything takes care of itself. You know, and because the game is an enjoyable game to be involved in when you've done it as long as I have. It's a fun game to just to play and watch because you never know what's going to happen. You really don't. You anticipate a lot of things, but there's always a bounce to the ball that goes, that just happened. You know, and as soon as you think you've seen everything in a football game, you haven't. It just happens. That's why fans are so, excited about a game. They're excited about anticipation of the game. And you kick the ball off and you say, okay, let's play. See what happens. That'll be fun.
You've done so many interviews since December. So many stories have been written, features have been written. Is there anything we don't know about you at this point?
No, and I haven't read any of them. I know you guys have been reporters or writers or seen any of them. I've heard that, but I don't pay attention to it. It's nothing on you guys. I just don't. I don't get involved in it. And you think a media person? Nah. I can remember being on television. I would do shows and people say, "Man, did you just watch yourself?" I go, "I haven't watched myself one time. I just don't do it." But no, I think for the most part, I am who you see every day. I'm pretty consistent with who I am. I got certain beliefs, and that's my foundation. You know, I've got a value system that I won't compromise with for anything.
Are you looking forward to it all? That the questions maybe turn from why he returned to coaching to why did he go for it on 4th and 1?
Oh yeah, and that'll happen too. That'll all be fun, and I'll have an answer. And you know, when you go for it in certain situations, if you go for it, everybody's hollering, yeah, you don't make it. I do that. You know, I get all that. That's part of it, but I'm always going to try to give our team the best chance to win. And that's my thing. That's the decisions you make. We go through situations every day. We go through it in the classrooms. We go through it as a team. Try to orchestrate those in practice as well. So I just love being around football. As I said, and everyone knows, this is my passion. This is what I do. This is what I've always done. I've been fortunate enough that God gave me enough talent to play the game, and I was fortunate enough to become a coach. I've never done anything else, even on television. I talked about numerous sports, but my main thing was football. And so I've been very fortunate. If you'd have told me this when I was 8 years old, dreaming of being a professional football player, the ride that I've had, I just hope that I can give football all the things that it's given me. I continue to try to give back to this game because I think that's important.
But you're talking about atmosphere, but a lot of the young guys, you say they're going to play. What's your advice? I mean, little things. I mean, they're going to be hyped up, but when they walk into that stadium,
embrace it. You got to embrace it, and then you got to find your comfort level. You know, and the lights are bright, and you know, with that comes anxiety, and I think you have to calm down. We got to do things to get them calm. That first series, I mean, I can remember the first series as a player. And all those years I played football, it was that first series. And it's like, okay, lining up, got all these thoughts. I've actually played the game in my brain 100 times. And you just sit there and then you got to play. You know, and that getting through that first series is critical. You want to be as a player, you want to be involved in the game. You know, sometimes as a corner, it doesn't happen for you that first series. You know, you're sitting there going, hopefully throw a pass, you know, so I can get involved in the game. This college football, they throw a lot of passes, so you're gonna get involved in the game early. You know, it's the first tackle, so you feel like, okay, I'm ready to go. But everyone handles it different, and that's what I'm gonna tell them. Don't get out of your comfort zone. Everyone handles their emotions different when the game starts, and you gotta respect that. But don't try to overdo how you feel. You know, some guys will try to follow guys. Don't do that. It's gonna get you right out of rhythm. Just be who you are. You know, I was pretty calm. And I was just, and maybe that's the perception of me is not a calm guy, you know, because that's my personality. I enjoy life. I have a lot of passion, but I'm very calm. I don't panic. I mean, my emotions are like almost flatline, you know, because I got to think. I'm a thinker. You know, I'm always thinking, and always trying to think ahead and think what I can do and how I can help somebody. And I see things. Try to say, okay, coach, we might need to adjust to this. So that's kind of who I am. I'm emotional. I have some outbursts, but it's never where I'm out of control and I don't know what I'm doing. You know? I think I know how to push buttons pretty good, and that's what you do as a head coach when you're on the sideline. There's a lot of buttons to be pushed, and there's a lot of what I call confidence building in a game. You know, every they're not all playing well at the same time, and you need them all. And then when you see a guy kind of, okay, I got to get over there and say something to him. I got to say something to this group. I got to say something to that group. You always got to give them hope. You got to give them hope and answers. That's what you do on the sideline. That's kind of important.
Herm, what's your approach with watching game film of opponents and then the role that you play in game planning for the opponents?
Well, like any coach, you gather their strengths. You gather some things you feel like you can take an advantage. And then I think the game plan gets kind of set, offense, defensively, and special teams. During the course of the week, there's some things you add, there's some things you delete. It all has to do with this. How do the players handle it? Can they grasp it? It's easy for the coaches because we spend 13 hours in this building, right? Early in the morning, be late. Players are here a couple hours, they have their little pads they watch. They're not as in depth as a coach most of the time, most players. So you got to realize that. So there's a way you add some things by Thursday. I've always felt you have this list of things that you want to do offensively and defensively. And I'm the guy that goes in there and coaches. Do you really need that? No, take it out. You start deleting that thing, especially in openers. I think that the emotion of an opening game, regardless of who you are, you don't want to make it too complicated where they can't play. You want to let them play because you're going to adjust. I always said, a plan that can't be changed is a bad plan. And you got to have a plan in place. But when the game starts, how do you adjust? And then how do you adjust to the players? So you can put them in position for them to make plays. You might see that on defense.
So do you weigh in a lot based upon opponent scheme or tendencies? What types of things you have thoughts on?
Yeah. And I watch both sides of the ball, special teams as well. And you kind of get a feel of who they are. And then as you go through practice and you sit there with the coaches and you watch the tape, you either add some things or you delete. I'm a big deleter. I'm not an adder. I like deleting. I think coaches can get that volume going. It's way out here. They never get to it. And I'm a big guy of until they stop it, don't stop. Make them stop what you're doing. That's just how I look at it. I mean, sometimes in offense you get so elaborate with all these plays. You got all these things. You know what? They haven't stopped that yet now, coach. I mean, you can go back to it. There's no rules that say you got to call it once. You can call it twice. So I just think that's my eyes. That's what I look at when I'm watching the game. I don't interrupt guys as they're calling defenses or offenses. I wait till the series is over. I'll have a suggestion or two. I'll kind of feel the flow of the game and go, okay, that's what we're going to do. I might have to make some decisions on certain things that I'll make decisions on, and they'll be well aware of that. We've already had, we discussed that with the coordinators. Kind of the planning of it. Our planning day tomorrow will be, okay, this is what we anticipate. When we walk in there, okay, and then from there, we all look at each other and I tell them we got to adjust. It's all good right now until we go out there.
From when you got here in December, that first press conference, and what you envisioned where you would be going into the first game, how do those match up?
Well, match up pretty good, knowing that we would have a young defense, which we do, and you guys will watch them play. There's a lot of young guys, even not young guys, but guys that never started a game. I mean, we got like 7 guys on defense. They haven't played a lot of football. Some of them freshmen that will play in this game. So, and that's okay because we said we were going to do that. We're trying to build the defense. And so we've taken the players that were available to us that are here. We brought in a new system with new coaches as well on defense. Offensively, we have a system that's driven by our quarterback. We try to do some things that can keep him successful and let him do what he does best. So special teams wise, it's the return game that I think we have to improve on. I think we've brought some players in here to see if we can do that. then from there we'll go play and figure it out.
What are your thoughts on UTSA, what kind of challenge they present in your opinion?
Well, good defense, stingy defense. Don't give up a lot of points. Got a nice, big, strong front. They're powerful up front. Got some veteran guys. They return 6 starters. A lot of them up front. Secondaries, they do a lot of press coverage, a lot of man. Really force you to take try to hit the big play. And if you don't hit it, it's 2nd and 10. So they put you in some bad downs when you don't complete the ball on them. But they're very sound, good defense. Offensively, got a lot of moving parts. It's almost opposite. Their offense is kind of like our defense, a lot of moving parts. Trying to solidify their offensive line. Quarterback is fairly new. They've got some young receivers, but they got some backs that have played. So they're a team that, that we haven't taken lightly by any stretch of imagination. I don't think you can take no team lightly. They have some good players over there. So this is a game that you better be on. You have to play good. Beat these guys. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They're pretty sound. Coach Wilson has done a really nice job there. And so it'll be a good test for us.
What did Senator John McCain mean to this state, especially the country?
Well, I don't know. Obviously representing the state for all the years that he's done that. It's probably a hard day for a lot of Arizonans. When you know the man, you read the history of the man, and that's what I know about him. I had never met Mr. McCain. Sadly to say, I wish I would have. But he's meant a lot to all Americans, not just to the state of great state of Arizona. But I'm living in California. I don't follow politics a lot. I know a few politicians. They have very difficult jobs, and it's when I look from afar, he was always a bridger of people. He was trying to do what was right for America. He took some stands in his lifetime that really defy who he is as a man. Whether it was his service record, what he did at times, not always staying the course as a politician, just trying to do the right thing, and that's what I remember of the man. He's going to be truly missed, but he left his mark in America. That if you are a person in that field, he left a standard. And I think that's what you do in life. You set standards for other people to try to follow and try to emulate. And I think if you're a person in that field, as a politician, he's the guy you can look at and say, this guy did a good job for the country. Not just Arizona, but for the country. And we're going to miss him.
Late night kick on Saturdays. How do you spend your time getting ready for the game specifically? Are you going to wake up early?
Yeah, I'm an early guy. We'll be at the hotel Saturday. We spend our time with the players. I'll get over here early. I'm not going to let people know what time I'm getting here. I don't want the cameras following me when I get here. I really don't. I just think that's way overgrown. I'll find a way to sneak in here. They ain't going to find out I'm here. I promise you.
No
I'm
way.
not going to tell anybody when I'm getting here. So who's doing our game? Fox? They might be mad, but it's okay. They've done enough for me. It's not about me. It's about these players, man. It's about the game.
They actually understood.
Did they?
Yeah.
Good. That's great. I'm thanking them. That's good because I've done this too much. I didn't do this for accolades at all. It's about trying to build a program, trying to do something special here. It's about the players. It really is, and the coaches. They coach them every day. I just kind of give them a blueprint of what we want to do, what we want to become. It's my job to help them and do everything I can to make these guys successful. I don't need anything in my lifetime. I owe football everything I've ever had or got because of football. I'm just trying to pay football back. That's all I'm trying to do.
Coach, speaking of the opportunity, you're saying pay football back. You also have quite a few junior college players on
Yeah,
your
roster.
What are your thoughts? Of America, those 4 schools.
Yeah, I wrote a letter.
This year.
I wrote them a letter actually early when that was all happening. Just telling them, my take on JC football. JC football was a safe haven for me when I left Cal. I left Cal as a freshman and went to JC for a semester and played. And I don't know, bring any accolades, but I'm in the JC Hall of Fame. So you think I don't care about JCs? I only played there for 1 football season. I didn't stay there a whole year. So I'm a big believer in JC guys. I don't discount those guys at all. We got some on our team, and I told some JC coaches when I took the job, I said, hey, these guys fit. They have a place in it. So it's a shame because it's another mechanism to keep guys alive and playing football. All the coaches that have coached JC football, it's just a lot of people involved in that, you know. It's just, and it's been the lifeblood, especially for us. And I know this from California, a lot of JCs, some great JCs, and even here in Arizona as well, you know. And it's just, that's always been kind of a place where guys could go if they weren't mature enough, if their grades weren't quite right, they could go to JC and play, and have an opportunity to go on to a 4-year school. So it was a place that really helped a lot of players and helped develop guys too, because a lot of guys are immature coming out of high school. You go to JC, get some maturity about yourself, you know, and all of a sudden life kind of changes. So it's sad to see that happen, but hey, things happen. It's just